Hi there. So in the previous video I had made, I told you about how this COVID-19 coronavirus had amended the company's meetings of the directors rules, that is rule number 4, and also the SEBI LODR regulations. So basically we had got extra time for the filings in LODR, correct? And what could not be done in the video conferencing as per the rules, now during 104 days, March 19th till the June 30th, you can do it in video conferencing. I told you how this crisis has actually amended a law, correct? So now in this video, in the second part, we'll be discussing 6 points. Yes, we'll be discussing 6 points where how the coronavirus is continuing to amend the different laws and how it has impacted the legal system also. And this is important for you to understand and also know how you should write it in the exam. I'll continue this series. Next video I'm going to talk about the MCA announcements. They have made 10 announcements on how different aspects of Companies Act has been amended thanks to the COVID-19, because of the problem which people are facing. People are not able to move around. So in this video we'll be discussing 6 things. So in the previous video, as I told you, I had done all the SEBI LODR regulations, correct? You can watch that video. I will leave a link to that video also. So in this video we'll be doing 6 things. What are those 6 things? The CAR form, that is nothing but the company affirmation of readiness on COVID. So this is what the government is calling as the CAR form. So companies should give this form saying that they're ready to face the coronavirus and the company is ready to take the necessary step. Then we talk about the CSR spending, then how NCLT benches will be functioning, whether they're not functioning, then how this coronavirus COVID-19 has impacted Limitation Act, that is the period of limitation, then what happens to MCA help desk and the view public documents. So the first thing is we'll do point number 5 and 6 because it is easy. So please follow this series. All the amendments, many laws are getting amended. So I've been monitoring all of that. So you will get all the updates on Ekcel Academy's YouTube channel. So coming to point number 5 and 6 here. So MCA, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, has a help desk. So as a practicing company secretary, we have a lot of problems when we are filing the form. So what we do is we call them, that is voice based help desk, or we have the ticket system. There we raise a complaint in text on the website of MCA, and then they will resolve it by giving an answer to the ticket. We get a ticket number and so now that has been completely disrupted. They have not stopped it fully, but because the people who solve these tickets are not able to go to office and other issues, right now it is not there. Now view public document. So companies information, whatever you need, you can pay 100 rupees and you can download the documents on the MCA website, correct? Now that has been suspended. I'm sure that it will be there till this lockdown gets over. So that is no more there. So those are the easy points, point number 5 and 6. Now we'll go to the CAR. So CAR is company's affirmation of readiness towards COVID. Can companies face this COVID? So that is all the points which we need to study over here. So this is the COVID form, the CAR form which is there. So every company should file it, but please remember that it is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. The government has clearly said that this is a step to make sure that people are ready. So they are not making it mandatory, but they're saying as a confidence building measure. If you go to MCA website, on the first page itself, they're telling, yes, we are giving you time from 23rd to 30th to file it. But if you don't file, there is no fine or anything. Just to give that confidence that all the Indian corporates are taking steps to fight this coronavirus. That is why this form is there. Let us look at this form in detail. So what should companies do? They should give their SIN number, and the SIN number will get pre-filled. So if your company is already registered, the SIN number will come there. Then the company or LLP is in compliance with the COVID guidelines. So we should say yes or no. So obviously everybody will say yes, correct? Are you following COVID guidelines means nobody will say no, we are not following, we are not interested to follow anything like that. But now there's one problem. What is this COVID guidelines? Is there any guidelines which is given in detail? There is no clarity. So many of my clients are asking, sir, we are ready to file this form, and these are all MNCs, correct? They can't simply file something without knowledge. Directors will ask question. So directors asking, we are ready, but give us the guidelines, then we'll press this yes button on that car form, correct? This COVID form. But the guidelines is not given by MCA. So in some ways MCA has been little haphazard, if I may say so, and they have done more like a knee-jerk reaction. Suddenly they made some form. First they told all the forms should be filed on 23rd March. In one day, how can you file forms for LLP companies, everything together? Some 15 lakh entities are there, more than that. It's impossible. Then they told no, 23rd to 30th you file it, 23rd March to 30th March. Now they are telling no, it's not compulsory that you have to file. It's a confidence building measure. If you file, it is good. If you don't file, there is no fine, there is no penalty. So all these things together, companies are having clarity now. So there are some mistakes which have happened sometimes. Okay. Now let us go back to the form. Then we will say yes, we have followed the guidelines. Though we don't know the guidelines, we should say yes. Then you'll give the DIN number of the director. So again that will become pre-filled, you don't have to type. So it's a very simple form, in 1 minute it will get over. Then OTP we need to send OTP, as you can see here. So that time OTP will come, then we enter the OTP over here, and then we click verify OTP, then submit the form. Simple. So the form is simple, but they're telling we should file it. So as you can see here, for exam this is what you should know. What are the features? So it is a simple web-based form. I already showed it to you, and it can be filed from anywhere. That is the whole point. You can't go to office to file this form and middle of the way you contacted somebody with coronavirus. So all this should not be there. So you can do it from anywhere. It is very simple form, as I already showed it to you. There is no DSC required. No payment of fees is required for this form. It is completely free, which is the form is there. Then OTP verification is there, no SRN is generated. So anyone can file it, anyone can submit it who is authorized signatory. Then email ID, etc. is already given in the form. So there is no issues of that. Then this is also for foreign. So if you see your foreign companies, foreign LLP or Indian LLP also, for them also we can file this form. So COVID guidelines we have followed, yes or no, we need to tell. So that is what they're talking about this form. As I told you, the steps I already explained to you, right? So this is how it works. You give the OTP. I showed the form to you, and then you submit the form. Correct? Now, this is the first point. As you can see over here, the amendments, the car form. Next, we come to the CSR guidelines. So how this has amended the CSR guidelines. Let us look at it in detail. So here we need to know about CSR spending. CSR spending, let us have a look at it. So we have a general circular 2020. So what they're saying here is clarification regarding CSR funds. So let us have a look, a detailed look. So now the World Health Organization called it notified disaster. We know all of that. So what is eligible CSR activity? So CSR spending. So we need to see the point number 1 to 12 of the schedule 7. So in schedule 7 we have a detailed activities of what is CSR, correct? So what they're saying is that funds which are there for the CSR can be used for COVID-19 related measures to fight coronavirus. Yes, including healthcare, preventive healthcare, sanitation, disaster management, etc. So further, General Circular number 21/2014, what it says is that schedule number 7 is broad based and may be interpreted liberally. So that is why they have given this circular. So they've given this circular. So here, see, now it is interesting for us to study the law also. Now, if schedule 7 was not general, we had to go amend the law. correct? We had to amend the law that you can use it for COVID. But 2014 itself, the general circular has come saying that Schedule 7 is general, you can interpret it liberally, anything which is good for society. So now what is the problem in society? Everybody is trying to fight this COVID-19. So you can use CSR funds for COVID-19. So that is the whole logic which are saying. So what they're saying here, now any money for COVID-19 will become eligible CSR activity. Yes, you can do it eligible CSR activity. So in CSR activity schedule 7, you can write in the exam. So when the exam try to quote that this is 23rd March 2020 general circular number 10 of 2020. If you can, I'm not saying you have to, but if you quote such things, you'll get more marks. It's as simple as that. And generally, if you have good knowledge of the entire concepts, it is always good. Next we come to NCLT. How has this COVID-19 amended NCLT related functioning? Let's have a look at it. This is the third point. I already told you I've made one video, link is in the description box. I'll make more videos also. Yes, so as you can see here, in view of the lockdown by central government, all NCLT benches will remain closed. They'll be remained closed. They have given here 31st March 2020, but now that will extend to April 14th, 15th, because the 21 days lockdown has been announced by the Government of India, by Prime Minister of India. So that is the whole idea. So NCLT will not be functioning now until further notice. Correct? That is the amendment, and this is something which you should know. NCLT will not function over here. Anyone who is making oral submissions, etc., will not be given the opportunity because now NCLT can't function. Next, what is interesting is limitation period. So how COVID-19 has amended the Limitation Act. Now let us look at the Limitation Act. So as you can see here, we finished the CAR form, the CSR spending, the NCLT benches will not be functioning right now. Now we come to Limitation Act. 5th and 6th point I already told you, correct? So let's go to this. So limitation period. So this is by the Supreme Court of India. Let us study that in detail. Okay. Suo motu. Supreme Court has taken the suo motu writ petition on their own motion, and what they have told on 23rd March, this date, lot of things have happened, lot of amendments. The court has taken suo motu cognizance. Nobody has filed the case. Court has acted on its own motion, right? And what are they saying? That to obviate such difficulties and to ensure that lawyers, litigants do not have to come physically and file such proceedings, what they have done, the period of limitation in all proceedings. What is important here is all proceedings, irrespective of the limitation, whether condonable or not, shall stand extended from 15th March till further order. So this is a pretty big thing. There is no limitation period which will be exercised. So they're telling here all the proceedings where the limitation will get over, because people can't go to court because of the virus and all the lockdown. They're telling, Supreme Court is telling, we will not apply the limitation period, we'll give you extra time. And they're also told until such further orders have been passed. So this is how Limitation Act has been amended. So this will come for you in JIGL, Jurisprudence, Interpretation and General Laws. You have Limitation Act, correct? So there this will come into picture. So like this, many things are getting amended. So in the next video, what I'll be telling you is the company law amendments which are being given. The Minister of Corporate Affairs, Nirmala Sitharaman, announced it. So that one I'll be covering in the next video in detail. MCA has to still give the detailed circulars. Government has just made the general announcements. The detailed circulars and detailed amendments will be given by MCA. So till then, please don't panic, don't worry. Let us learn more in this period. We can learn more laws, right? And also, please make sure that you are updated with the latest. This is not the time to panic and be worried. We have time. Let us use to learn something and understand more about law. especially all the corporate laws. So with that, I'll be ending this video. Please watch my previous video, which is about LODR regulations amendment and the board of directors meeting, that is meetings of the board rules, which has been amended. Next video will be about our company law amendments, 10 amendments, and this video is about our 6 points which I told you. So I hope it was useful for you, and this is the time where we have to be very conscious of what we are doing. So please don't panic. In fact, as you are watching this video, if you observed, there were a lot of birds chirping, correct? So this is the time where animals are getting lot of freedom and space. So it was very nice. I will meet you in the next video, correct? And please do stay connected with Ekcel Academy, your one-stop solution for the CS course. Thank you.